Generation Varied is a new podcast that covers various topics from culture, sports, and health, all from a diverse Gen Z background.
That's right. Today we are joined by Caleb Norris and Jack Widener to tell us all about their podcast. Why do you even want to start this podcast? Who had the grand idea?
So honestly, it was a culmination of, number one, I've always loved talk shows.
Okay.
I've always loved podcasting. And so I listened to two podcasts pretty regularly. One was super informational and one was super funny. I found myself toggling between the two of them. But I also found that their perspectives were very homogenized from generations to also cultures. And so I wanted to create something that was funny but also informational that people could connect over and really inspire hope and the next generation, our current generation, and then the generations that have come before us.
So what is some of the feedback that you're getting from the podcast so far?
They love it. I think they're like, I have friends, I text me, like, hey, I'm so excited for Friday to listen to your new episode.
Awesome.
But also, like, I'm somebody who not all the time share my opinion, but this is something that has challenged me to like really think critically. So now my friends are like, oh, I want to hear not only what you think, but what your friends think. You know, Caleb and Ben, who's not with us today.
Yeah.
He's our other co-host. He's a global citizen. He's from Canada. He live overseas, and so yeah, we're just a great friend.
Well, that's
so.
a real different perspective.
Yeah.
So you all come from different, diverse backgrounds, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. So how can we find more information on this podcast? I mean, this sounds great.
So you guys can follow us on Instagram, on TikTok at Generation Varied. We're also we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Overcast, and then iHeartRadio. So we release new episodes every Friday at 8 a.m.
So how are you all gathering some of these guests? Because we know, you have a certain topic. How are you like, this is the person that I want to interview for this specific situation?
Honestly, I just sort of reach out to people. I think people. We've had so many great relationships with people, from professors to people professionally, and so as topics come up, we just sort of think of people and reach out.
Oh.
Is there any one person who you're like, we need to get them on the show, and you just keep messaging them?
Caleb might talk about this just briefly, and he said something that I'm like, oh, that would be really cool. And this Jay-Z.
Okay. Awesome.
Jay-Z is my hands down answer.
Hands down.
The book Decoded changed my life.
Okay.
Like,
Why? What was it about his book that changed your life?
I think his understanding of, or his like advice to like our community, to the Black community, about finances, about how to like set a course for your life and to pursue it, really inspired me. And so yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Carters, from their business prowess to their artistry. Like, they are just like two of my biggest inspirations.
So 16 carriages, is that?
Listen.
I just wanted to see if I could throw a little Beyonce in there.
Don't play with me.
Will you get the dance going if I start? I was kidding.
We want to be
Don't play with
invited.
me.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much for being here. We are going to make sure to listen to that podcast. When is the next time we can check it out?
So we just had an episode drop today.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
So issue, it won't be a problem.
All right. Good
Perfect.
stuff. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.